Hey everybody, it is the Corporate Vegan and I am back in my own kitchen this week and I am super excited to bring to you one of my favorite breakfast recipes, and that is protein pancakes. But these protein pancakes are gonna have a little bit of a twist. We're gonna add in some chocolate chips and espresso. Now, everyone who knows me knows I love coffee, and so every opportunity that I get to throw coffee into my dishes, I will do it every time. Now, for this recipe, because of course it's going to be oil-free like every single recipe that I've been posting as of late, I needed to kind of opt out for a few things. So the recipe calls for olive oil in the actual mix, the pancake mix. And so instead of that, what I'm going to use is agave syrup. Now, I've been using agave syrup as a replacement for oil in a number of my recipes, most recently my Brussels sprouts recipe, but agave syrup is a great substitute for oil. And then the other piece, which was kind of stumping me a little bit, was how am I going to oil the pan for these pancakes? Because pancakes get really sticky, and doesn't really matter what kind of nonstick pan you have, it's still going to stick pretty hard. So what we're going to use is some cocoa, who knows? I don't know. I'm not a chef. I'm not a professional. I'm just a business guy. I don't know how to pronounce this. Whatever that's called, cacao or cocoa butter. And now, I've never used this before, so I actually have no idea how this is gonna go, but take a look at this. This is how it comes in. Can you see that? Probably. So I'm thinking I'm gonna throw those instead. Hopefully they kind of will dissolve and I can just throw the pancakes on top of that. Now, like I said, it's a chocolate chip pancake, so I think this cocoa butter is gonna go really, really well with it. So let's check out how that goes. Now, to get started, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna measure out all the ingredients. So you're gonna start with a cup of pancake mix. No, we do this, we don't use pancake mix, we use flour. Come on, man. Flour. All right, so we're gonna use flour. 1 cup of that. Now, recipe also calls for some baking powder. Oh, very important. Start with your dry ingredients, guys. Don't mix it. Don't do wet and dry. Start with your dry ingredients and then you put the wet ingredients. Have you ever watched a baking show? Come on. I didn't actually know that. That guy actually told me before I started filming this. Otherwise, I would have definitely thrown them all together. Anyway, so I've thrown in the flour, a cup of flour. Now, the recipe calls for a tablespoon of baking powder. Guess what, guys? The theme continues. I don't have the right ingredients for this recipe, but I do have baking soda, and so that's fine. All you need to do is just use a quarter of that. So I'm going to use a 1/4 tablespoon of that, if I can find it. 1/4 tablespoon. That's a 1/4 teaspoon. Do they even make a 1/4 tablespoons? Huh. They do not. I'm going to use half tablespoon of baking powder, baking soda. All right. Boom. Okay. Then what we want to do is just add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Just got the salt shaker. What do you think? Think that was enough? That's probably enough. All right. So, worst case, it's just salty. No, that's definitely enough. That was like 4 shakes. That's totally fine. All right. So you mix in the dry ingredients. Now you could use a whisk. That's probably recommended. I'm just using my hands because whatever. We're family now, so that's fine. All right. So mix that in. Next bit is for some non-dairy milk, and so I'm gonna opt for oat milk. Now I've got some cashew milk as well, but I don't know, I just love oat milk. Like, this is just fantastic. So I'm gonna use some of that, and of course it's going to be equal proportion to the amount of flour that you threw in. So I threw in a cup, so it's gonna be a cup of the oat milk. So let's just measure that out. Don't guess this one, guys. All right, measure it out. You'll thank me later. All right, so that's some of the oat milk. Now, next what I want to do is 2 tablespoons of agave. All right, this is again to replace the oil. So there's a tablespoon there. Pour that in. Oh my God, it smells incredible. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Okay. All right, next, what else? 2 tablespoons of, no, that's it. Okay, now all you want to do is mix it. So I'm going to get a whisk. Boom, we got a whisk. All right, so I'm just gonna whisk it. I'm not a big fan of recipes really, but you know what? Sometimes recipes, when you follow them, great things happen like this. Look at this, look at that. Can you see that? Whew, whew. That consistency. Wait, let's do this. Oh yeah, guys. What? This is perfect. That's exactly what you want, I think. I don't really know. But, I think it's what you want. Now, oh my God, I forgot the protein, guys. Oh, why didn't you guys remind me? Seriously. All right, anyway. So remember how I told you should mix all the dry ingredients before you throw in the wet? This was a dry ingredient, but you know what? We're just gonna have to make do. We're just gonna have to make do. Sometimes mistakes happen in life, and you gotta deal with it. So I'm just gonna throw 1 scoop. All right, mixing that in. All right, actually now with the protein powder, it's actually kind of, the consistency's gotten a little bit thick. So I'm gonna throw in just a little bit more oat milk. All right, I wanna get it back to that beautiful consistency that we had earlier. There we go. And of course, all the details, all the recipe, once I actually perfect it here, will be in the post below on YouTube, as well as there's going to be a post coming out next week with this recipe on Instagram as well, at the Corporate Vegan. Do you think I could put it in here? Let's see, at the Corporate Vegan. It should be right there. If not, whatever. All right, so here we go. You got it good to go now, and you've got this little chocolatey kind of look to it, which is perfect. Now what you want to do is throw in your chocolate chips. I'm not even gonna try to tell you how many chocolate chips you should be throwing in here. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not gonna try to restrict you on the amount of chocolate you eat. That's not my style, okay? So I'm just gonna throw in as much chocolate as I want, and you do the same thing. Yeah, it looks about right. Now, we're using like these really tiny chocolate chips. Here, I'll grab one so you can see it. Do you see that? Look how small that is. That is tiny. Use whatever kind of size you want. The smaller the chocolate chip, I mean, again, I'm not an expert here, but I'm thinking the smaller the chocolate chip, the faster it melts. So if you want like really chunky chocolates in your pancakes, you probably want to use bigger chips. I don't know, that just makes sense to me. Anyway, so here we go. Now, however much you throw in, you want to make sure that there's going to be some chocolates in every single bite. Because the chocolate, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're making these pancakes, because you want chocolate in your bite. So make sure there's chocolate everywhere, guys. Come on. All right, don't skimp out. It's Saturday, it's the weekend. Actually, this is posted on Tuesday, so it's Tuesday. Come on, it's like midweek. You need to treat yourself. Anyway, there we go. I think this is good. Take a look. What do you think? All right, so the last step is to get a single shot of espresso and just mix it up. And now we're ready to go to the stove. Man, working up a sweat. All right, check it out. That's what it should look like. Oh, look at that. You see that fall? I didn't plan that, that just happened. That just happened. All right, come on over. We're gonna go start putting this onto the pan. Oh wait, I need my cocoa butter. Welcome back, guys. It's been a while. So I know what you guys are thinking. Wow, Andrew's made only 1 mistake this video. That's growth. Well, guess what? I made 2 mistakes. You know when I told you that the agave syrup was being used to replace the olive oil? It wasn't. That was being used to replace some sugar because I thought agave would actually taste really good. But it got in the heat of the moment and I kind of lost my train of thought. The oil is supposed to be replaced with this guy, applesauce. And so I'm adding 2 tablespoons of applesauce into my mix, mixing it up. But don't worry, it's all going to be okay, I promise. All right, so I've got my pans on the stove. I've let them preheat a little bit on medium-high. And I've got this cocoa butter. Now I have no idea how this is gonna go. This could go horribly wrong, or this could be an ingenious solution. But I'm gonna throw the cocoa butter in, and I'm gonna let it, oh my God, it's totally working, guys. Immediately I threw this in and it started to melt just like a butter. Oh my God, this is fantastic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this cocoa butter just go across the entire pan, coat every last section of it. Oh my God, it smells amazing. It smells like chocolate. I guess the cocoa butter obviously smells like chocolate, but still, like, wow. Right now I'm gonna get my ladle and I'm going to put in a heaping ladleful, figure spoonful isn't the right term, into the center of my pan, and I'm just going to let this thing cook. Now I'm using 2 pans. Now, the reason why I'm using 2 pans is because I'm a very impatient man. And there is no way I'm just going to use 1 pan to try to get all the pancakes in. And if I had 3 non-stick pans, you bet your ass I'd be using the 3rd pan here. Now, the other thing that I've done is I've preheated the oven to 350, and I'm just going to throw 250, sorry, not 350. You don't want to like actually make a cake here. 250, and so what I'm going to do is as these pancakes start to get ready, I'm just going to toss them into the oven to keep them nice and hot. If you also have a warming plate on the top of your stove, if you're fancy like that, you can use that instead. I don't, so I'm just going to use the oven. All right, guys, so all done, and take a look at this. So this is 2 of the 4 that I was able to make, which is 1 cup of flour. Now, how I'm gonna kind of prepare it is to add some powdered sugar, some bananas, as well as some dates. So I've already cut up some dates. So what I'm gonna do is just sprinkle some of those on top, just like so. Then I'm gonna throw some bananas in. So I've already cut these up. Then I'm just gonna throw in some powdered sugar. Oh boy, oh my God. I mean, this is turning into kind of more of a dessert than a breakfast, but honestly, I'm not complaining. So, all right, take a look at this. All right, so you've got your bananas, you got your dates, you've got your espresso, chocolate chip, protein pancakes. Man, that's a tongue twister. Try to say that 10 times fast, but take a look at it. It looks delicious. And now I'm just gonna top it off with your all famous Canadian maple syrup, and I'm gonna go enjoy this. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my videos. I am gonna be posting recipe videos, all plant-based, oil-free videos every single week, Tuesday or Wednesday. If you enjoy the video, please like it below. And of course, if you can't get enough of me, head over to Instagram, follow me along over there. I'll be posting a whole bunch of details, including recipes to the videos I post here, as well as a lot more recipes that I don't show on YouTube. And to top it all off, some vegan recommendations, and that can include anything under the sun. And I'm always looking for inspiration, so if you guys have any ideas, please hit me up, and I'll be sure to share all the details with you, whether it be fashion tips, plant-based industry insights, or just getting to know me a little bit about my journey, where I started, how I got to where I am. I'll be sharing all of those details on Instagram, so head on over there and follow me. Guys, appreciate your time, and have a great rest of the week. Chat with you next week. See ya.